Welcome to Speaking in Spoons, the Chronically Ill podcast, with your host, Christina Brookman.
Hi, this is Christina Brookman, your host with Speaking in Spoons for another Spoonie Sunday. This was a sleepy week for me, guys. I know I've talked to you before about that feeling of like an elephant sitting on you, but it really was getting hit by a Mack truck. Like, I slept for like close to 3 days. Almost. I mean, I get up for periods during that, but most of the day I slept and most of the night I slept. And my body just needed it. It was aching for that sleep, that calm, that rest. Um, but I'm still tired. It's this fatigue you can't even describe. It's in every atom of your body. It's just every cell. You know, breathing is work. But that made me want to talk a little bit, just briefly, and I'm hoping we're going to get an episode together on this. Well, and it kind of goes along actually with a graphic novel I'm reading right now called Ripple Effects. Um, we are interviewing the creator and the publisher um, Sunday, and I'm so excited about this because it's a graphic novel about a superhero with an invisible illness. Um, and that's so important because I think, and it's written in like the opening letter, like, and I've noted, like the three of the hosts and I have noticed, sometimes we're treated differently when we're using our mobility devices. People accept that we're disabled and believe that they're disabled. They're okay with us using the handicap spots or things like that. But when we're not using our mobility devices, people don't understand what's going on with our bodies, and that phrase, but you don't look sick. Um, looking sick doesn't always capture everything someone feels. Um, because like when I have people ask, doctors or nurses ask, what are you on the pain scale? Like, which pain scale? Like, I mean, I feel all different kinds of pain, nerve pain, muscle pain, joint pain, it's all different for me. And there's no way to compare them for me. Um, and I think it's hard for people to understand it. And, we talk about the spoon theory and about energy and spoons. Um, but it's also like, when people see us, you, they don't understand how much energy and how much it took to, like, you're seeing us on a good day usually. Like if we've made it out of the house and we're doing something social, that's because we could that day. Still doesn't mean we feel good, but like, it's because we were able to get out. But the effort to get dressed, to take a shower, to do our hair, maybe if we're a girl that wears makeup, put on a little makeup, like it is exhausting. Um, and then if you're a girl like me who likes to change her outfit multiple times, stupidly, um, the fatigue that comes from that, and then the socializing. Like I'm an extrovert, so I get like energy from socializing, but then when I get home, I wasn't in tune with my body. And so like at a social event, that'll knock me out for days. I will be in crippling pain and fatigue and migraines. Um, so that's why, I really like to plan because I want to know, okay, I'm doing this on this day. So I know to conserve energy for that. Like it's made me crazy OCD about my scheduling and my planning. It doesn't mean I've mastered it, but I can't just improvise and go, hey, I'm going to do this. Um, you know, like I'd like to. Like I'm a free spirit. I'd love to do that, but that's difficult to do. Like if I can, if I'm feeling good and I have the support to go do something, sure, maybe, but then it might affect everything that I've got lined up. And by everything, I mean like, groceries or, you know, right now the podcast, doing interviews. Like it's not when you know somebody with a chronic pain, like chronic condition, unless you're living with them, you don't see them on their bad days. You just don't. Um, and even then, a lot of times when I'm at my worst, I hide in my bedroom, so my roommates don't always see that because I can't get out of the bedroom and I'm using the pot beside my bed to go to the bathroom. Like, um, so just because somebody isn't using a wheelchair or crutches or, just don't assume what somebody's story is. Ask, don't assume the worst in somebody that, they're using that handicap placard because um, they've stolen it from a grandparent or something. Like, just because they're young doesn't mean they're not disabled. They're not going through something. They're not struggling. And also, like, with, um, I know we talk our horror stories with the medical community, but there are plenty of people out there in that community that want to help. It's about how do they best communicate with us and how do we best communicate with them. And I mean, the system is flawed. The system is broken. They get what, like 15 minutes with a patient? That's not enough to know what's going on to really figure something out. Do they even get a lunch break? I know one of my specialists, I'm pretty sure he never took a lunch. All he did was care about seeing as many people as he could because he was the only doctor really in Virginia that did that. And so many of us needed him. Um, so I guess we can't be out for each other either, against each other. We have to find a way to work together. Both sides, we need to listen. Um, just to give you a little glimpse into what's going on with me too, I showed you last week my hemiplegia. I don't regulate my body temperature, which is one of the reasons they thought I had MS. Um, and that has progressed, I mean, my whole life since I was a little kid. I have these lovely, I like to call them Smurf hats. This is my hat. A lot of people with MS, overheating problems, and even migraines wear them. They don't help me with my migraine, but they help me with overheating. I even have a vest with pouches for ice in it to help me cool down and regulate. I'm supposed to take these wherever I go. I forget, then I'll get sick or like I can't think, I can't, and I get really sick. And like when I was teaching, my students knew where the ice was, and they would go get the ice for my pouch. And that's eventually why I had to stop teaching because I just couldn't, I just was getting so sick all the time from getting overheated. So, and that's one of the hardest symptoms to treat with POTS, dysautonomia. There's really no treatment other than these ice caps that I am aware of. Um, so Yeah. Um, Stay tuned for this interview. I think we are airing it in February 15th. Um, and on January 30th, we have a gentleman who is an amputee and has diabetes too. So that will be, we'll hear his story. Um, so lots of exciting things coming up. Stay tuned, go to our website, see the list of special topics, and also disability cases, personal stories. We've got someone with Graves' disease. Um, we've got a bunch of stuff coming up this season that I think will help us connect and learn from each other. Thank you, and have a good week.
If you want to contact us, please send a DM or an email to speakingatspoons@gmail.com with any stories you have, or if you'd like to interview with us on any of our upcoming topics. Thank you for listening to Speaking in Spoons, and have a great day.